Hey, hello. Yo, Wolf. Yeah, I remember you. It's been a while. It's, how have you been? You disappeared. To, Today is day 204 of join every day. Wow, that's great. Hey, Roadblocks, how are you doing? Did you make any improvement? Can I see the latest arts you did? Sorry for not being active. I've been great. It's fine. If you are doing great, that's what's the most important. Alright. I wish you the best. It's always great to have you here. So if you can make it, don't worry. Alright. So I'm just gonna do a very simple. I'm trying to make very the simplest sketch I ever did. Trying to make an ostrich, right? A very simple one. So the body is I'm gonna zoom back out a bit. The body is gonna be really? I got 1K subscribes already? Really? I'll probably take a look after my stream. So here's the body's gonna be here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give in the layout, right? So it's just gonna be here like that, and here is gonna be the tail, right? Just sort of get the layout of everything. So the tail is gonna be here. The tail is also further here, and also this. So this is where the body is gonna be. Then the leg, the thighs, I'm gonna put the thighs here, right? And the legs are gonna go here. And the ostrich, what is it called? His knee has these fat knees, right? So I'm just gonna do them like that. All right, like that. So this is just gonna be very simple, like there. I'm just gonna come in and do that. Okay, I have it like that. Then his neck, I'm gonna dig it a little bit in because the neck would come in the skin a little bit more here. And this area is gonna be dark. So I'm just gonna make my spiky strokes like that. All right, just spiky strokes. It's just pretty simple. Make spiky strokes like that, like this. All right, so this is how it's gonna look like. Hey, thank you. So here, I'm gonna make it a bit darker for the shadows. So I'm just gonna go like that. Says your drawing speed is so fast. Ha. Thank you. All right. So we're making the furthest. Right. So just go. Remember, this is we're making a sketch, so we don't really have to overthink it. We don't need to overthink it. So we just be very, very what you call it, sketchy about it, but very, very conscious with the strokes that we are making. All right. You don't overthink it. If you make a mistake, the mistakes just become part of the sketch, right? So don't overthink it. Just take it easy, right? And just go with the flow. However, you need to be very conscious with your sketch. Since this is a pen drawing, you know, everything that you do becomes permanent. You don't have any second chances with this thing. All right. So this is the thigh of the ostrich. You know, ostrich. The fun fact about an ostrich, you know that the ostrich is the only bird that cannot fly, right? Yeah. So here I'm doing more of my shot. So here we go in here, and the thigh under the body is going to be a bit dark, so I'm just going to do a little bit of strokes here for on the skin or the thigh to make it appear very solid, right? So this way, just gonna go like this. So now, as you can see, we have the structure of this bed. So far, so good. Everything is in place, right? So we're gonna take our time and we're trying to polish it up a little bit just to refine our lines. Try not to overthink it, all right? If you overthink, you're just gonna make it worse. So this area, just gonna come here underneath here and apply more strokes to it. The back of this place needs to be very dark, so I'm just gonna go over that like that and just make simple strokes and scribbles. All right. I want this area to be a little bit more dark, right? So I'll add in a little bit strokes, but just remember that if this is an egg or this is an oval shape, these areas, the strokes would go outside. This side would go towards this direction. You imagine this a central point that you shade around it, right? So although we just move in randomly, we sort of have these principles that we are following to shade. The it's not just you're just doing random stuff, right? It don't work like that. Okay, so you would have to keep that in mind. So I have this in there. Yeah, I love this art. Amazing. Yo, thanks, man. So here we come back. We come here to his knee cups, his knee, and we just want to add in a couple more shadows to define it properly. Thank you, Carter. It's Carter, British General. Wow, your name is just very official. So this, right? I'm gonna come this way, add in a couple more strokes to it. So simple, we're just making strokes, nothing special. So this direction towards one direction, we're following that, and nothing too special, you know. It's just we just keep it in mind and just randomly add the strokes, but with some sort of guidance. All right. So we have this direction that we're going. So this area, we're just gonna go this way, and we make the strokes a bit darker. to pivot the to demonstrate the shadows, and here as well. Just gonna do the same thing here. Or make it a bit more darker to get the sort of the ostrich vibe kind of thing that we're looking for. And I sometimes I really do believe that the ostrich figure is just it's a very angelic figure. Angelic? Did I say angelic? Maybe I didn't mean angelic. Gosh. All right. So you know that the feathers are just randomly and spiky. They don't really seem in place, but they also do have a common premises that they follow, right? So this area, just go a little bit. I would need the mid-tones for this area. So here, I'm just going to work on the mid-tones. Right, so we would have this one. I'm gonna come down to the leg part. You know, the ostrich have huge feet, but I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't work on the feet. I just want to get the structure down. Just get the structure down, and that'll be it. Make the nose. Yeah, that's my ostrich. My back. Right. So now, after we're done with the layout, what we want to do next is just getting the mid tones. try to get some areas in the get the midtones on, so I'll be able to differentiate between the shadows and the midtones, you know. So underneath this area, you see all of these strokes that I'm having here, these soft shadows, those are going to be my midtones. It's very it's very necessary to have them. In some situations you cannot really tell whether you have them or not, but you can really feel them. It makes a lot of difference with the art. Right, so just adding these simple strokes, right, to help make it much more fluffy, if that's the right word I can use. Make it fluffy and make it appear a lot more fuller, right? I'm gonna zoom a bit closer so you can see what's going on. Even in blue sun. Right, so this area, you just take your time and add it in. Make it a bit darker. So here we're going to go a bit more darker in this area, and here we'll leave it a little bit overexposed. You don't want to shade every place dark. Make this place dark and here dark, and this place will make it open. Okay, so you just keep that in mind. And I'll I'll do the tail. I'll do an extension of the tail here, right? Right, to go this way, up and down, right? And what I'm basically doing is I'm just making rough sketches, like just what you call it. I'm just making scribbles, right? So for instance, we have this, and I'm just making like a bunch of S, right? And it follows the principle, and the principle is you keep it contained, right, in a certain area. Here, I'll go darker. I'll make it more so that it feels like under, and above it, so like that. Feel me? Exact color. So like this. There we go. Yep, so far so good. So underneath here, I'm gonna go a bit darker. You can go as dark as you want, but make sure that you keep the contrast very well disciplined, right? You don't overdo it. Okay, so this area, I'm just gonna go this way. Here I want this place to be a bit dark, a little bit more dark, so that you can feel the contrast between this area. And I'll add in a little bit of what do you call this one? Splashes of ink around there. All right. Around this area. Okay, and I'll do the same thing here. Let me zoom back out a bit. I'll do the same here, but just try not to overdo it. I think for illustration purposes, I would just do it so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. But at this point, I'm starting to feel that I'm getting overboard, right? So we have the total layout down. And here, his legs, this area, because of the body and the shadow here, this place is gonna be a little much more darker. We'll go like this. Now here, I'm just gonna go. Just have this one in there like that. A little bit of details around them like that. Oh, I love these details, you know. All right. Wow, that leg is so detailed. Yeah, it took a little bit more time with that one. So now for this area, I'm just gonna add a little bit more, or what you call it, mid-tones. Just gonna add soft mid-tones to this area, so it don't really feel too overexposed. Just to give it a bit more detail in here. And when you look at the eyes, I'm gonna zoom a bit in so that you can see what I'm gonna do. So for the eyes, I'm gonna give it a little bit eyelashes. All right, give it a little bit of eyelashes. Thicken this area. There you are. Oh my God. She's so beautiful. I'm gonna add some sort of little bit of a detail around the neck because it has these hair or feathers around the neck, right? Just a little bit of details around this area. There you go. There. Nice. I'm gonna zoom back out. Okay. Yep. So that's it. What you guys think about this one? And probably the next time I should do a flamingo. Hey, is that it's a tori? It's a toti. It's a toti. So I'm just trying to add in a little bit of details here, so it doesn't feel too white or overly exposed. It's just white, right? Even though it's exposed, there's some details that you still see there to appreciate this kind of a rough sketch. Excuse me. Hi, I do. Hey, hey, Jimani, yeah. I saw your sketch that you posted. It was very good. I liked it. The layout was good. The colors that she used was very good. How was your day? It was so good. I wish I could draw like that. I like the colors. Sometimes when I do color work, I tend to overdo it because I don't really understand color theory. I understand color theory, but not too much. You are number 2 of what? Oh yeah, you're number 2 of the chat. You went away. No, your drawing is really good. I like black and white. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like colors. Oh, an ostrich is very nice. Hey, hi, Kirk. Hey, Kirk. Right. So, what I was trying to say is sometimes with colors, I get carried away. And colors do have meaning. So, if I decide to paint this ostrich blue, it's unseen, right? It's unheard of. So, it might have a different meaning. If I paint it pink, it might have a different meaning because ostrich are mostly not in pink. But if you go monochrome, mostly people would just appreciate the details and not get caught up in the choice that you made with the work. Yes, drawing really takes time. Sure, did you tag me into it? I'll check it out. After I'm done with this stream, I'll check out your work and I'll give you some feedback, all right? I'll give you some tips. So what I'm trying to do here now is just want to add a little bit of fur around his legs, make it appear a lot more detailed. I cannot draw 3D. Of course you can draw 3D. 3D is not a problem to draw. You just need to shade it properly. That's all. Just have to understand how light works. What you call it? The shadows that you draw. If you understand these things, then yeah, of course you can. If you can draw, then you can draw 3D. It's not a daunting thing that you. Maybe you can try to draw a 3D tree and shade it to make it look like 3D. All right, sure. I already like this sketch. It's so pretty. Thank you so much. I like how you do the realistic. I really like it. I only do anime. I wish I can draw realistic like you. Mm, I think that's why you watch my channel. If you keep watching, I think you can learn some tips on how to draw realistic or to draw close to realistic. I think the problem with anime and this kind of sketch is anime is mostly flat. You know, there's not a lot of shadows and details compared to this one. But with this, there's a lot of you have to do every shadows. With anime, if you're not gonna show, it's just a flat face and you divide it into three and you do the midtones, the shadows, and the highlights, right? But with these ones, you would have to show the details within each faces. I don't know if I'm making sense. I used to draw 3D, but I don't know how to shade. If you want to understand shading, my best advice is try to understand how light works. Everything reflects. That's rule number one. Okay, everything reflects. So if you understand that everything reflects when you're shading, how to shade the material of the character. For example, if it's a leather jacket, how a leather jacket reflects when light is cast on it, you have to understand that principle and shade accordingly, right? If you are shading it further, like what I'm doing here, you have to understand the principles of that further when light is cast upon it, then you work with it. Am I making sense? Yeah. So that's what you have to keep in mind. I want to add something to the background here. Do you guys have any suggestions? Hey, hi. Oh my God. As a matter of fact, I really like to draw animals. Maybe like a mountain scene. Yeah, a mountain scene would be great. But you know, mostly ostriches are found in the savannah. And there isn't a lot of mountains in the savannah. Savannas are plain. It's just a plain bare land in the opening. So if you put mountains behind an ostrich, it don't really seem practical. Maybe I can do some trees in the background. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the problem with when you want to do re like realistic design, because everything is related with something, and I only do digital art. Which software do you use? I'm gonna put a tree somewhere here. Which software do you use for the digital? And if you see me doing paper art, what does it mean? Okay, so I'm gonna put a plant here. I'm gonna put a tree here. Mm. All right, I'll do it like that. Put it in the background so that it doesn't fight with the foreground art. So I'm just gonna do the sketch of you will never let me hold a pencil. If you say, really? Oh, I see. So that means that the sketch that you did on the one that you posted, that was digital art. The sketch that you did, that was digital art, right? Wow, I thought that was like you did that on paper or in your sketchbook. Ha, thank you. All right, so now I have my tree here in the background, but the tree, like, there's so many ways or kind of details that you can add in the background. So I wouldn't want to do too much. I'm just gonna make soft, sketchy lines, but I'll do a lot more details to the stem of the tree. Yeah, it was digital art. That was cool. What software do you use? Do you use Adobe Illustrator? I used to do I used to do Adobe Illustrator. I have a Wacom tablet that I draw on sometimes for what you call it, digital art. But you know, sometimes I just feel like the connection between the hand, the paper, the mind, it's so beautiful that the 3D cannot replicate that kind of we can do a collab. Yeah, sure, we can do a collab. I we can talk about it and see how best we can do it. Maybe you can take an art, then you can do it in digital. Then I would do that in what you call it, in pen drawing, and we can let the viewers decide which one they prefer. That, I think that's gonna be a cool one. So here I'll be adding like the, so that for the tree I just be adding more details to it, right? But getting the proportion, for me proportion is everything, you know. Like if you have the right proportion and the right layout, even if you, whatever you're drawing doesn't make sense, if the proportion is right and the layout is, it's on point, you know, it cuts the workload in half, and it makes it very easy to manipulate it as you go on. So with this, I'm pretty satisfied with my with my tree. I'm just adding a little bit more details to it, and as you know, when you start adding the details, you never finish. You can keep adding it and adding. You have different accounts? Wow. One of my phone and the one I sent you, the post was my drawing tab. Oh, okay. No problem. Whenever we have a great time, we can both decide on the collab and we can just do it. Sure, no problem. So after I'm done with this ostrich, I could probably add in some spikes here just to illustrate the grass, but I don't want to do too much to it. I just, mostly for my work, I just like to keep it simple, you know, not too much detail to just overwhelm the viewers. I just like to keep it simple and do one thing and fill it with a lot of details, so that when you're watching it, you're watching one thing, but at the same time, there's so much things going on, right? So that's how I like to do stuff. I don't like to do too much in one image. Although, that being said, I don't really know how to do a collab post. I think I'll look into that. Then I'll send you a message, all right? Or probably you can just chat GPT it. Right now you get everything on chat GPT. You can just look it up and try to get it. You once saw an ostrich from where you, in your country, or you were traveling and you, You were traveling and you saw it? Yeah. So, yeah. So far, so good. I kind of like this one. I can just go on at the clouds, you know. Just like Picasso said, you know, you never finish an art, you just abandon it. So with this one, I feel like I should abandon it because the more I'm doing it, the more I'm getting more ideas to. Yeah, our countries are really close, Zimbabwe and Ghana. Yeah, maybe you should visit Ghana, or maybe I can visit Zimbabwe. I've never visited any. Zimbabwe is in the east, right? Or in the central. Forgive me. Okay. So yeah. So far so good. Did you know our countries, like other people from your country, went to Zimbabwe and they are doing speeches? Really? I didn't know that. What kind of speeches? This is, oh, on the news. Hmm. Maybe I can come to your country and give a speech. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I was watching YouTube. Oh, no problem. I probably need to come to Zimbabwe and give a speech there. Oh my god, I think I just drew a volcano. I accidentally just drew a volcano. See here? This one looks like a volcano. I love my mind, you know. Sometimes I just draw, I make sketches, and it comes out to be something I didn't intend it to be. This one looks like a volcano. Should I post? No. So it's like a tree, a volcano, an ostrich. Anyways, guys, this is it's getting crazy. But yes, I'm gonna stop here, and I'm gonna continue. Should I post the drawings? Yes, you can post it. Post it, tag me, I'll check it out, and I'll look into the going live together, and I'll hit you up, and probably we can do that. We can do a, what you call it, a digital arts versus a pen drawing challenge. What do you say? Not a challenge, but like we both draw the same thing in two different ways. No. All right. We both decide on that, then we will see. All right. Yeah, thank you, man. God bless you too. All right, keep practicing, and share the send me a message on one of my shorts, and yeah, we'll keep in touch. We'll see how best we can work on this thing. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's pretty late here, so I gotta get ready for bed, for tomorrow, for work. You know, all this stuff. So yeah, have a good evening, good day, wherever you're watching me from. And peace out. All right, bye-bye. But yeah, you can check on my community, check out the YouTube community on my page, and drop me a message on my post. Yeah, I'll hit you up, and we can get in touch. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye.